I'm dating a black woman from Brazil because I like my women the way I like my Arabica mix. Black, Brazilian, sometimes a little bitter when I hold out on the cream. So the other day, I'm just trying to make her laugh, sending her text messages, but all I'm getting back is 3 letters. KKK. And I had to I was curious. Baby, what are you trying to say? She goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was speaking Portuguese." Yeah, it turns out in Brazil, they don't say ha 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 or LOL. They say ka ka ka, which they abbreviate that as KKK. So I found myself as a white man in the most precarious of situations, having to explain the Ku Klux Klan to my black girlfriend. And here's what I went with. All right, honey, first off, they really like dressing up like spooky ghosts. And she goes, like Carnival. No, not like Carnival. Then I went with crosses. They really like crosses. She goes, like church. No, not like church. Finally, I just get up and went, baby, it's a bunch of white people that hate black people. And she just, you're like your grandmother. Yes, thank you. Like my grandmother. So the other day, I heard this noise outside my bedroom window. Just a lot of. And I'm convinced, oh no, my cat's being attacked. Because I've never heard cat sex before. As far as I'm concerned, he's being murdered. So I run outside, round the fucking corner, and there he is, right next to my window, going balls deep into the backside of a black cat. You know, like his dad. And he's just nonchalant. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, this is happening. She freaks out though. She's like, oh fuck, a human. We're done. Then she ended up turning them into the world's worst Chinese finger trap. Starts dragging his ass, trying to escape. Just get the fuck out. And he's just, I'm really trying. It hurts. Finally, she just pops off, pew, disappears into the woods like a cat-shaped rocket. And there's my little boy leaning up against the wall. No. Give me a minute. Just take me inside. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. And I just scooped him up, held him like a proud father, then whispered into his ear, that'll do, pig. That'll do. So who here knows what a dung beetle does and why? Collects poop to get laid. Hey, guys, we do that same shit too, but with fucking money. That being said, what if, Spider-Man had been bitten by a radioactive dung beetle? I bet he would have cleaned up a lot more. Sorry, I can't afford a band for rim shots, so you gotta get it from me. I know most of his time would just be running around the town. He's 2 feet tall, full brown suit, just harassing people, sticking his head underneath bathroom stalls, being like, come on, man, just 2 more ounces and I'll leave you alone. Because he's just trying to collect his gift for Mary Jane. And by the time he gets that ball of love over to her house, he's super excited. Maybe she'll let me stick the tip in now. Maybe she'll say I love you too. But when she opens the door, just this disheveled, look, Peter, we've been through this. My backyard has no more room. It's a glorified ball pit now. And Peter's just, you think I like doing this? I'm a fucking dung beetle. I can sense when people need to poop before they do. Which, by the way, 20 minutes. But you know the worst thing? The worst thing! That's when his phone starts ringing. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Dung man, dung man, dung man. Hello? Yes, Mr. Mayor. In the hallway again. Well, stop having so much Chipotle. Sorry, MJ, but duty calls. I'm way too proud of that. Than I should be, you know. I'm actually excited, though, for the Harry Potter remake, because it means somebody will finally have the balls to go into the backstory of my favorite Harry Potter character, Hagrid's dad. You see, Hagrid is half human and half giant, which means his dad, that man, hooked up with a 25-foot tall woman and lived. He must have been staring at the world's tallest vagina, being like, I'm gonna make it work. But I'm like, how though? I do have some theories. Some are worse than others. Like maybe he dove in head first, swimming along, like a salmon at the end of its life cycle, being like, look, the egg. Or perhaps it's a little known fact that on the bottom of the giant foot is the giant vagina. And he just latched on like a koala using the corn for leverage. Ooh! Or in other words, it was love at first cuddle. But the more likely of scenarios, he took out his wand and went ejaculiosar and gave himself one massive hog. Then started hawking that thing around town like a Diagon Alley vendor. Giant cock, magically enhanced, taking on all challengers. That's when from behind him you just hear, I'll do it. I just picture this giant Danny DeVito with tits being like, fee, fi, fo, duck. I smell a wizard. I'd like to fuck. I don't know. It's probably canon. So who here is familiar with The Little Mermaid? Well, specifically Ursula the Sea Witch. She was half octopus, right? What if, what if she actually was proper octopus? Like her mouth was located where it should have been. A little shop of horrors situation going on. Feed me, Trident. Feed me all night long. I'm talking Boba Fett. That sea bitch would have a beak. I'm talking Boba Fett being digested by the Sarlacc pit for 1,000 years. Fucking beak. Probably why she got banned from parties in the first place. She's just showing up uninvited, sliding across hors d'oeuvres like an insane Roomba with tits. Being like, tapas, my favorite. Slides on into the punch bowl. I'm getting hints of vanilla, oak, and a whole lot of shellfish. Well, I'd ban her too. But folks, I think I figured it out. I do. I believe I have figured out my teenage spirit animal was the kakapo. You see, the kakapo is a flightless bird in New Zealand, known as the world's fattest parrot. In documentaries, world's fattest parrot. It can fly. It has wings. Its ass is just so fucking huge. It just can't get off the ground. And the male kakapo, when he wishes to, attract a mate, he'll dig a hole and then scream from it for days. At least 100. Somebody counted 100 days of constant, fuck me! Please fuck me! Why won't anyone fuck me? And when that doesn't work, he gives up and fucks a rock. Now, this next part is my impression of the Kakapo on day 101.
Well, shit, that didn't fucking work. Oh ho! I spy here a little sexy piece of granite.
You sit around here often? I like the way you have all those right angles at all the right angles.
I'm gonna buff this rock!
I, yeah, that's my spirit animal as a teenager. By the time I got laid, I had dug a 30-foot well. So I think I figured it out, folks. I have figured it out. Why rappers seem so confident. It's the rap. Just listen to the lyrics. They're all positive affirmations. Some of them are disguised as felony threats, but it's mostly positive. Like, it turns out just telling yourself,
I get all the money. I get all the bitches. 3 birthday wishes.
That's just great for your mental health. What I'm trying to say is rap lyrics are basically vision boards you can twerk to. Unfortunately, you can't just manifest with any rap lyric. I found that out the hard way. I tried manifesting with Cardi B. Now I share a bed with 3 strong black men. And I am the little spoon. I even tried manifesting with Ludacris. Now I owe child support in area codes 214, 512, and 713. And I even tried to manifest with Notorious B.I.G. Now I got diabetes, and then Diddy fucked me and had me killed to keep me quiet. And you might be wondering what's on my current vision board. I've got a picture of 50 Cent. In case I get shot 9 times, I can retire. I also have a picture of Eminem. Because I want to be famous enough to say it too. Talented enough. You know, intolerant people, they don't have a superhero. Which is why I invented Intolerant Man. You see, Intolerant Man can fly to other countries and demand that they speak English. And Intolerant Man gets physically ill anytime he hears,
smells, or tastes MSG.
And Intolerant Man has the power to turn down any music that interrupts Steely Dan. And this next part is the day Intolerant Man dies. I do go kind of quick, so do keep up. One day, Intolerant Man sees a gay Jewish couple kissing in front of a Cracker Barrel, and he passes out from sheer outrage. But he wakes up in the future, where everyone is ethnically ambiguous. No categories, just humans. So he panics, runs to a nearby mall, screaming, "Where are my people?" And that's when this mixed-race toddler looks up going,
Sir, have you tried ayahuasca?
He panics, runs to a nearby bathroom. He's shaking, he's sweating, holding the sink. Looking back at him from the mirror is Kanye West. Mer, mer, mer. He slaps his face. It's still Kanye. He touches his hair. It's different. He opens his pants. The one-eyed purple monster. And he cries out to the heavens, "My white soul, it's leaving my body." Then this mayonnaise-colored soul rises up from the chest of Intolerant Man, moaning as it ascends, as one final tragic tear rolls down his face in the shape of a Confederate flag. You see, Intolerant Man had become the one thing he hated most, being successful and black. You know, parenting gets about 100 times more difficult when your children discover masturbation. And for my father, it got 1,000 times worse. Because I found mom's toys. That's right, strap in and strap on. You're in the adult portion of my set, and we're going in raw. So one day, as a teenager, I'm breaking into my parents' bedroom. I'm looking for money. And I go straight to their closet and look at the top shelf and realize that's a big paper bag. Must be full of hard, cold cash. So I pull on it. And raining down upon my head was 4 12-inch 1980s rubber hard dildos bouncing off the top of my head, just bat, 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 bat. Ah, oh, it hurt. Oh, trauma. But I look down and go, I could probably use that. And I picked it up and I used that dildo. But I used it wrong. You can use a dildo wrong if it's old enough. I realized that made it sound a little corrugated, like it had been sitting for a while. It was extra gooey. It's lubricated. It's not SpongeBob. So, and then I took that thing into the bathroom and used it like a glorified pocket pussy. Pissed in God's face for roughly 30 seconds and then threw it right back into the bag. I thought nothing of it. Because teenage boys, we don't think about where the cum goes until it's time to fucking move. And I'm just having a great day, hanging out in my bedroom. Then Dad comes home, which thank God he came home first. I would not want to have had that conversation with my mother. Like, what did you do, son? I don't know. So he goes to his room, and when that smell hit his face, there's not a lot of things that smell like that. You know, I just picture him like he's a decanter, just sniffing. This doesn't smell like a Richard's brew. Not enough pineapple. Then he has to come to my room and have a conversation he doesn't want to have. But you gotta nip that in the butt quick. Just goes to the room. Son, when you make a mess, clean up after yourself. Which is about the most G-rated possible thing anybody can come up with. Very Disney-esque. Just clean up your mess. Clean up your mess. Clean, you know? And I'm just like, whatever are those for, Papa? Because I want to be British for this part of the story. Oh, Papa, pish posh, Papa. And he's like, your mother, she's not into that anymore. And he just fucking walks away. And you would think that'd be enough to stop me from going right back the next day. They were gone. Door was easy to pick. I go straight to the closet, look at the top shelf, and I'm like, oh no, they took my treasure. And replaced it with a picture of a very disappointed Jesus. All right, that's my time. I've been a wonderful audience. Thank you all so much for coming. Oh,